The Daily with HSBC, official partner of Movin'On Summit.
Hello everyone and welcome to this new edition of the Movin'On Daily live from Paris. My name is Asha Sumputh and I'm really thrilled to review all the exciting things that happened at the summit today. Well, a day packed with conferences, big announcements, lots of interesting speakers, but more in the Daily's app.
Overall, there's a bit of a misunderstanding in some cases between battery electric trucks and fuel cells electric trucks. So I think if we want to have a decarbonized transport, we need to have actually a fair mix of both technologies.
São Paulo metropolitan area, we are 39 cities, and we don't have interoperability between public transport systems, between payment systems. If you want to use different buses to cross the metropolitan areas, you should have 3 different cards and pay 3 different fares.
We have to work on urbanism and reduce the time of movement from the house and the place they have to go.
The industry needs to go further. Companies increasingly understand the importance of looking beyond the use phase of cars. Many are now adopting circular manufacturing processes to help reduce both carbon emissions and the consumption of scarce.
Most of the times, these different modes of transport don't talk to each other. So there is a lack of a global vision of transport and the priorities about mobility to move not only people but also goods, which we think that it's very important for the development of any economy.
As you all know by now, Movin'On is all about sustainability, but too often sustainability is reduced to ecological concerns. In fact, sustainable mobility aims at more than zero carbon cars or clean energy. At the Movin'On Summit, partners share their experience about all aspects of mobility, whether social, economic, but also the humane dimension. That is why today we focus on Movin'On Design Challenge, which each year reflects this comprehensive view on mobility. Let's see how. Design has always been important in the field of mobility. Sleek and aerodynamic, light and fast, for decades, these were the qualities guiding designers who conceived cars, trains, and airplanes. But design nowadays strives to be respectful of the environment, more ecological and also user-friendly. Sustainable mobility needs to be more inclusive. The next challenge for designers is to make mobility possible for everyone, regardless of their disabilities, their location, or their economic status. This is why the 21st edition of the Movin'On Design Challenge was centered around the theme Respect. From November 2020 till March 2021, an international jury reviewed a myriad of projects from all over the world, and 3 winners were announced today.
I found out about the Michelin Movin'On Challenge through a professor. There's a big spectrum of, different disabilities.
Every year, the Design Challenge is a fantastic opportunity for artists and engineers to gain visibility and rely on the Movin'On network to promote their ideas. And we're back at our studio in Paris with our guest, Benoît Beldaillé. Benoît, you're the project leader, the Movin'On project leader at Michelin. We actually have a specimen of this invention here at the Movin'On Summit. It's a big, white, but beautiful inflatable wing, I think. So since we're focusing on design, we thought that you were a perfect guest today. So how would you define the design of this fantastic wing and what it is used for? What's the added value?
Hello, Asha. Thank you very much for welcoming me here. This wing is a huge inflatable wing. This is very simple at the end. Even I have a small demo here for you.
Yes, absolutely. You're going to show us.
Yeah, the aim of this wing is to reduce heavy fuel of the boat by 10 to 20%. And we also reduce the CO2 of the boats in the same quantities.
That's great.
May I make the demo?
Yeah, of course.
So basically, this invention is 3 breakthroughs. First, we put sails on boats that don't have some today.
Okay.
Like tankers.
Right, so you retrofit.
I can put it on new boats or existing boats as a retrofit, like you said.
Okay.
Second breakthrough, this is not a sail, this is a wing. And the wing has a volume, and the third breakthrough is that we inflate and deflate this volume with air. And I will make...
Okay, show us. Okay. So I'm sure you don't do that for big birds, but you do it automatically.
This is fully automatic. This has no impact on the crew. We can do business as usual, operations as usual. And when you go back home, like so if you have a bridge or if you have to return to the port.
Okay, you deflate it.
Exactly. This is fully foldable.
Ah.
Very easy. You have a telescopic mast
great.
Inside the wing.
So if you need to go under a bridge, that's quite simple and straightforward. Fantastic.
So this is fully automatic on the big one. But here we go.
Benoît, now I'm curious, right? So what's the story behind this wing?
Well, behind Movin'On there is a very beautiful human story. At the end, this is not our invention. This is an invention from Edouard and Laurent. Edouard is the man from the sea, and Laurent is the man from the air. Edouard, he has invented the black sails, the 3DI technology that he has sold to North Sails, and thanks to this, Alinghi has won the America's Cup.
Exciting.
But wait, because Laurent, he's the inventor of the paragliding.
Oh, fantastic. So that's a beautiful union there.
Exactly. It's like this innovation never comes alone. You know, it's like
it's a great collaboration.
Air, sea, mix, and an engineer. So Olivier Singer has discovered this on
from Michelin.
From Michelin, an employee from Michelin has noticed and discovered this on the Le Mans Lake. He imagined that we could take this invention to the maritime transport, so another sector. He spoke to our senior management, and they said we are fully aligned with this strategy.
That's brilliant to hear. So. Movin'On here is a wide ecosystem, and I believe that you need all the partners in this kind of adventure.
For sure. We don't have boats in Clermont-Ferrand. We cannot do this project alone. It's just impossible. We need partners to do. So this is a full chain of actors, people that have boats, so ship owners, shippers, and we also need people to finance the project, so finance partners.
Well, that's great to hear. So maybe one question, where do you see Wizamo in the next 10 years?
My dream is that Wizamo is a puzzle piece of a green supply chain. And for this, we need green boats. And we propose, with our know-how, to contribute to this decarbonization of the maritime transport.
One last question for you. A question that I ask every guest on our daily show is if you have to define mobility in one word, Benoît, what would that be?
People.
People. Paul. That's nice. Every day I get a different word, and that's fantastic. Thank you so much, Benoit, for being on the show today.
Thank you very much, Asha.
Right, so I hope you'll be enjoying the summit during the next days. So tomorrow will be the last day of the Movin'On Summit, another exciting day with lots of conference on infrastructure, sustainable mobility, with very high-profile speakers, Xavier Huila from Vinci, Song-Ik Oh from Republic of Korea, Alexei Vogel, Total Energy, Susanna Zamataro from IRF, and the discussion will be moderated by Alexei Gazo from EY. There will also be a community announcement by AFNOR and Michelin about the standardization for smart and sustainable cities. But last but not least, the masterclass by Renault, Solvay, Veolia about how to make the most of recycling of EV batteries. Well, don't miss the Youth Challenge and the closing ceremony. I will be there. I hope you will be there. See you.
The Daily with HSBC, official partner of Movin'On Summit.